2020 was planned out, from the creation of the virus to the lockdowns to the political and social unrest. All of it was planned out. Recently, they've been saying money can carry the virus, and we need to have digital currency for our health, for our protection. However, more and more doctors are speaking out, refuting the severity of the virus. The numbers are actually very low, but that doesn't matter. They're expecting people to just listen, to be quiet, and to listen to whatever lies they're being told, like sheep. Some of us are awake or waking up now and seeing through all of this, seeing that what we thought was a reality was really an illusion, a generational deep sleep, a generational enslavement. The chosen ones can make a change. It's not too late. The ones who are asleep are not only digging their own grave, but they are also the majority who will try to take our freedoms away too. Billy, who is pushing for 7 billion doses of vaccines and owns a computer company beginning with the letter M, has filed a patent this year with the World Intellectual Property Organization. The publication number is WO 2020-060606. The numbers don't lie. This is very clear. This man's intention is to keep people in the 3D, living in a hell on earth, a separation from our spirituality, a separation from the divine. This is not the same thing as some of the people who are getting implants in their hands about the size of a grain of rice, and that's for like very simple financial reasons. It's not the same thing. For that thing that they're putting in there that's associated with companies like Bitcoin, this patent says it's for human body activity associated with a task provided to a user, may be used in a mining process of a cryptocurrency system. Okay, an example of a human body activity would be a brainwave, body heat from a person, like when they're looking at an advertisement or using the internet, using services on the internet. They would mine that. They would dig and store information. Our sleep, the data from our sleep, body fluid flow, and organ activity would be mined. An example of body fluid flow is how your body is breaking down foods. Let's say you're watching something and your tummy starts to hurt or feel funny. That information they would use and store that, your reaction to what you've seen. Organ activity is how your heart responds to seeing what you like or dislike. How your lungs react, how you're breathing in and breathing out in response to a situation. This is all valuable for them. They put in scanners to detect mental concentration when you're reading an advertisement. I mean, they would just absorb and get so much information from all of us. They would expose you to things to try to learn about you. Why are they trying to learn about you? To try to control you. Billy's company says that the system could be used to incentivize users, reward them with cryptocurrency. They're saying that they would pay the user. Pay them how? They're paying you to sell your soul. They're paying you to sell your free will. Chips would connect us all. It would be a mega social media platform and a search engine all at the same time. You can look at someone and all that information would just be poured into you, into your system. Facial recognition would be used, so you can get information about anyone you see, access any data on them. And instead of like buttons to figure out what your preferences are, the chip would sense your emotions. Those sensors that they put in, they would sense your emotions about people, about subjects, things. It would analyze your brain activity, your body heat, any indications that reveal your true feelings. It would be the ultimate invasion of privacy. And it would be sold to you as being able to access info. Like it's a great thing, being able to access info on anything or anyone. You would be able to access anyone virtually instead of physically being there with them. How else can they try to pitch it to you? They'll say, hey, you know what, you can pitch your kid. You can chip your kids too, so you can track them, so you can monitor them. And meanwhile, they are monitoring you. So what would stop them from putting it in your fetus? Well, they would probably say, hey mom, hey dad, you know what, feel closer to your fetus, because once you have the chip in, you would be more bonded to your baby. And we'll put cameras inside so you can see exactly what the baby is doing. The mother will be counting on machines instead of her natural instincts. The fetus would be born with a chip and would never ever have a chance to choose for themselves. They'd be born a slave. They'd be born a slave to the matrix. In China, 5G is already being used for facial recognition for a program that they started. They're already logging every single citizen there through facial recognition alone, from cameras that they have in stores, parks, streets. In Beijing, you can pay for items at stores, at restaurants, when you're dining. You can withdraw money. You can go to an airport, and they would all of this through facial recognition. You see, the problem with that is that countries with that technology become a surveillance state. They will start watching you. If you enable the chips to take visual information, then cities won't need cameras, as many cameras as before, or webcams anymore. Why would they, when you're doing the recording for them on the street, in buildings, in parks, and even in your own home? The government will collect all of this information and adding it to a massive database. Musk, the owner of the car company, keeps pushing AI and continuously says we'll all be cyborgs. Maybe he knows something we don't. Okay, so let's look at the car company. What happened to it about 2 weeks ago? It begins with a T. And what happened? Well, people couldn't get into their cars. They could not unlock their cars. There was a problem with their app. That's what they said. Problems are inevitable with technology. Systems are hacked into often. What is someone going to do? What are we going to do if someone were to hack into those chips that are placed into people? Well, they'd get your financial data, they'd get your healthcare information, your psychological information, your personal preferences. They would be in a very powerful position to just completely wipe your data, alter your memories, and just mess with your state of mind. A recent report said that cyber criminals were already leveraging devices in order to hack into crypto mining. So, and what if you have information that's vital or proof of any kind of wrongdoing, and it's hacked into? Well, what if they hack into it and delete it? Look, it doesn't even have to be a cyber criminal, a hacker, but what about people in positions of authority? They would be able to wipe out any information that you have as well. I feel that at some point, printers are going to be considered vintage, irrelevant, but in reality, I feel like they're going to be very important because they would be able to give us hard copies, proofs very quickly. In the US, Nancy Pelosi tried to push the digital dollar in the stimulus package. That didn't pass, but that was only the first time. Large corporations are already using the digital payment system to replace cash payments. But what if a government uses it? It could be used in the wrong way. Authoritarians could use it to freeze your assets if they believe you're dissenting politically. We see what countries ruled by dictators do to people who don't agree. People go to jail, they disappear, become physically abused and murdered. Allowing any form of the chip would be giving them unlimited access and power to control you. They would be in the position to oversee and shape your thinking. Another form of addiction would rise. dramatically. We're already seeing indications of internet addiction, like being glued to the computer, tablet, phone screen, spending hours online. There would be a rise in speaking and writing difficulties. People would be intellectually, physically, spiritually weakened and controlled. So the thing is that everyone needs to be on it for it to work. So how will they get everyone to use it?